Hi, welcome back to my channel. We've got a lot to talk about this week, particularly with Bitcoin. It's been all over the place, and I think that's a really important point to touch on this week. The total investment in my portfolio is now $13,400. We will get to that in a bit. We can see on the day I was up, on the week, I was up about 11.7%, which is just tremendous. Over the past month, now up nearly 20%. Quite up and down over the past month, very volatile, but very happy with that performance. Over the past 3 months now, we can see absolutely gigantic performance, up over $15,000 on that $13,400 investment. We see 3 months ago, my portfolio value would have been about $23,000. That being said, very, very happy with that. Over the past year now, we can see my portfolio has really exploded, up 202%, or about $25,000, which is crazy. An all-time now, up about 180%, or over $24,000. We can see buying power wise, I am utilizing those margins quite a bit. I am now borrowing about $5,600 with $600 left over to borrow. Now we're going to talk about the purchases that I made with my $200 investment this week. The first purchase for this week was 3 more shares of T or AT&T at $30.49 a piece for a total cost of $91.47. I now own 18 shares of AT&T. My second purchase for the week was 1 more share of O or Realty Income. The price there was $64.42. Of course, I really like this one because of the really good monthly dividend. Next up, we have Riot Blockchain at $48.04. I bought 1 more share. I really like this one because, of course, this company is going to be even more volatile than Bitcoin, which means if Bitcoin continues to go up, I think Riot Blockchain could be very successful. This one is very risky. And last but certainly not least, I bought $50 more Bitcoin, or 0.0009 more. My new position is 0.519, and the price there was $53,310.96. We'll talk about Bitcoin at the end of the video. Real quick before we get into my portfolio holdings, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm at 199 subscribers. Please be my 200th. I am so close, and that's another huge milestone. The first stock we have to talk about today is VTI, Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. We can see it's trading at $210 even right now. We can see on the week it's up almost 3%, which is awesome. Over the past month, up 2.5%. That one moving up and down quite a bit. Past 3 months, we're starting to see a pattern of upward growth. Over the past year, up almost 70%. And past 5 years now, up almost 103%, not including the dividend. We can see personally my total return is up 26%, or just over $300. The market value on my 7 shares is $1,470. This one does have a lower dividend yield than my other ETFs at 1.42%, but that's pretty solid when you look at the track record of growth. Price to earnings ratio is 51, which is a little higher than I'd like to see, but not a deal breaker at all. We can see my last dividend of those 7 shares was 67.16 cents a piece for a total of $470. I really like this ETF. Next up is Microsoft, which is actually the biggest stock holding in my portfolio. I have 5 shares at $187.54 a piece being my average cost, now trading at $242.55. Over the past week, we can see Microsoft is up nearly 5%, which of course is tremendous on that 1 week scale. Over the past month now, up 3.27%, pretty consistent growth there. Past 3 months, up about 8% or $20 per share. Over the past year now, up nearly 60%, which is awesome. And over the past 5 years, up 347%. My total return now is up $275, which you'll love to see. Dividend yield is down below 1%, but there's a lot of room for growth in terms of dividend. Very high analyst buy rating, and the earnings are moving in the right direction. They're moving upwards, so this is one that I will be continuing to purchase more shares of here in the near future. Let me know what you think about Microsoft down in the comments. AT&T has not performed particularly well. That being said, the dividend is very high here. Trading at $30.46, we can see over the past week, it is actually up. When we start to zoom out, you'll see the issue. Over the past month, up nearly 3%. 3 months, up 3%. Over the past year, only up about 8% when the rest of the market's up about 30%. And over the past 5 years now, down 22%. We can see my total return is down about 2.5% on my shares of AT&T. Of course, the reason that I'm holding this in my portfolio, as we can see it makes up about 1% of the portfolio, is the extremely high dividend here. When we look down, we can see the dividend yield is at almost 7%, and that's really why people are holding on to this one. Let me know what you think about AT&T as a holding. Next up, we have Walmart trading at $135.89. We can see on the day pretty flat. Over the past week now up 1.4%, past month up nearly 2.6%. And we start to zoom out, we can see Walmart's been shaky, down about 6% over the past 3 months, up 21% over the past year, and over the past 5 years now up almost 100% even. My total return is only up about 6%, but I like Walmart. Pretty consistent dividend here and a lot of room for growth in terms of dividend. Overall, I think a very good company. Charles Schwab has sneakily become one of the best performers in my portfolio. It is now trading at $66.44 after a big jump today. Over the past week, up a pretty decent margin. Over the past month, now up about 2.8% or nearly $2 a share. 3-month scale up nearly 25%. Over the past year, it's more than doubled now at about 108.7% growth. And over the past 5 years now up about 138%. We can see my total return is now $68 or 38.43%. So I'm very happy about that. Dividend yield is decent. The price to earnings ratio is a smidge high, but nothing too concerning there. Analyst rating is solid, and their earnings are actually trending upwards, which is a little bit of a surprise. For those who don't know, they did switch to a zero commission trading system because of companies like Robinhood last year, and there were questions about how effective that would be. We can see the dividend back in November was 36 cents per share, and now it is still 36 cents per share, but I now own more shares of Charles Schwab. I'm looking at purchasing more shares here in the future. I like the way this one looks. Of all the stock holdings in my portfolio, I think Riot Blockchain is by far the most volatile, the most risky. We can see my total return is now only up about 3%, trading at $52.26 26 cents per share. Over the past month now, it is down slightly. Past 3 months, it's still up about 177%. Over the past year now, we can see it's up 6,000%, which is nuts, and 5 years up about 2,000%. As I was talking about here before, Riot Blockchain is going to be very dependent on the price of Bitcoin. So we can see at the end of 2017, it spiked up in value. And then as we move closer towards the current date, we can see it was trading for $1, $2, and was actually under $1 as of last year. There were people who made a ton of money on this stock. It peaked at $26 there, and then about $70, and it's back down to about $50. Not sure where it's going to be, but I think those 2 shares that I own could perform well, or it could be a disaster. We'll see. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. That's what everyone is wondering about, and it's by far the largest holding of anything in my portfolio. Now makes up 71% of the total portfolio. Equity is over $30,000. We can see even on the past hour, it's up quite a bit. Over the past week now, up over 13%. Over the past month, up about 20%. Over the past 3 months, the price of Bitcoin has more than doubled. If we zoom out to the year, we can see it's up over 750%, or up about $52,000. If we zoom out to 5 years, we can see it's up 14,000%. My average cost is now $21,847. My quantity, as I mentioned before, is 0.519. And as I said before, makes up 71% of the portfolio. Total return is now up nearly $20,000 or 172%. And my total cost is $11,344.29. I think Bitcoin is going to continue to perform very well. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of question marks here, and I'm just curious what the general consensus is among people. That's going to be it for this video. I'll be back with another one next week. Thanks.